Hey everybody, Cliff here with Hamilton Transportation. Today I'm at the port and I'm picking up another Kobelco 210 LC. So I already did my walking around searching for this thing, looking for the right piece. Now we're just doing a walk around on it. There's a bunch of these here. They're not really parked in any order. So I did find my excavator. Like the rest of them, it looks like it's been sitting for a while. It's got trash blown onto the tracks. Let's see if the battery disconnect was turned off on this one. I picked one up last week and they had this on. Spider webs, free spider. So there's a bonus. Yep, they left them all on. So you would think at a port like this where they deal with equipment all the time, they would know to turn these things off. There's a driver with a step deck, might be a flatbed. I think he's got a flatbed. He's loading up a couple of little excavators, and I guess the one is dead, won't start. So he's gonna have to get a jump. He asked me if I had a jump box. I said no, I don't have one, or jumper cables. Well, he didn't ask, another guy asked me. Oh, almost fell over getting in. All right, so now we'll see if this thing will start. Yep, this one fired up, so that is good. All right, so I guess I can give you guys a little look around. I like the screen in this one. I don't know if you guys can see that. They have everything covered in plastic, but I like the screen on this one. It has nice gauges down at the bottom and 360 cameras, it looks like. Sorry, everything's covered up in plastic. But yeah, it's a pretty nice setup in here. It's got storage. There's some extra stuff that comes with it. Speakers up there. Of course, it's got the sunshade. You can draw. It's got a little cage on the top too that I think you can flip down in front like a guard. So now we got to get this thing over to the trailer. I haven't broken down yet, but I can at least drive this thing over to the truck. Let's lift that up so I can see a little bit. Okay, now are we facing the right way? I think we're backwards. Nope, we are forwards. All right. Which means it's the other end that I want to load onto the excavator, or load onto the trailer first. Let's put it in fast mode and rev it up a little bit. So you can kind of see what it's like to drive one of these. See if we can fit through that gap right there. My truck is sitting all the way over there. So they're not real fast. Spinning a track. This one moves out pretty good. Ooh, rough ride. think we'll leave it there while I get the trailer dropped out. All right. right, we got this thing chained down. Now I got to get flags and everything on it. And look, I've been bitching forever that I need new bungees and new flags. I actually broke down and got some. So we still have to get this thing flagged and put my banners up and everything. So, and then we got to head back over to Amports to get checked out. So I know I had said before that those little magnets that I had worked really well. I lost a couple of them last week, so maybe they don't work so well, or maybe after they get some dirt on them, and they quit working as well. So I think I am just going to use some bungees and some zip ties, good old zip ties. Alright guys, so we have this all chained down and flagged and banners up and everything. Before I head back over to get checked out, I wanted to go over, I had done this a while ago, kind of explaining if you are picking up a piece of equipment, how do you know how many chains to use? How do you know where to put them and how that all works? So before we get into that, I do want to explain every piece of securement equipment that you use has a working load limit. Here's a good example of this. So right there it says 7,300 pounds working load limit. So that means that this binder is rated for 7,300 pounds. So there are two types of tie downs. There's a direct tie down and an indirect tie down, and we have both examples right here. This chain going across this boom is an example of an indirect tie down because it goes from the trailer over the load and back to the trailer. So that's what's called a indirect tie down. These chains that are going from the trailer to the equipment, that is a direct tie down. And the reason that's important is because for an indirect tie down, you get the full weight of your working load limit for whatever securement equipment you're using. For a direct tie down, you get half of your working load limit for that piece of securement equipment. So for this binder, it is 7,300 pounds. For this chain, which is a 3/8 chain, the working load limit for grade 70 3/8 chain is 6,600 pounds. The working load limit for 1/2 inch grade 70 chain, which is what this is 11,300 pounds. So if we just go, to make it simple, we'll go with 6,000 pounds and 11,000 pounds. So when you're picking up a piece of equipment, anything over 10,000 pounds, you have to do a piece of securement on each corner of the machine. So we have 4 pieces on each end, so that's a total of 8. These would count for our corners because they're pulling in each direction. So we have that done, and then you have to decide how many chains you have to use. So this piece of equipment is listed at 51,000 pounds. You are required to account for half the weight of the equipment in working load limit of your securement. So if we have 4 grade 70 1/2 inch chains at 11,000 pounds each, you get half. So that means we get 5,500 plus 5,500. That's 11,000 pounds. Just ignore these for now, these binders. So that's 11,000 pounds on the front and 11,000 pounds on the back with these. So that's 22,000 pounds. So that is not quite half of our working load limit. This gives us another 6,000 pounds. So that puts us up to 28,000 pounds. So technically, we could do 4 chains 4 1/2-inch chains and our chain across the boom, and that would satisfy our requirements for chaining this piece of equipment. The reason I put these other binders on here is just to be sure, just to be safe, and it takes very little time to throw a binder to the track here and go to the trailer. So I hope that explains how equipment is secured and what a working load limit is. And there are charts online you can go look up that tell you the working load limits of everything. Most equipment, see this binder also has working load limit 12,000 pounds. So this binder is good for 12,000. This chain is good for 11,300. So all of your securement equipment is supposed to have a working load limit somewhere on it. That includes hooks. Now, the other thing, this hook is listed at 1/2-inch grade 70. So there is a standard for 1/2-inch grade 70, which is 11,300 pounds. Same thing on my chain. It should be printed on each link. They have a code on there that shows you what the working load limit of the chain is. That it is grade 70 1/2-inch chain. So hopefully that explains it. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and I'll try to answer it if I can. I always over secure. So I usually do anything over 40,000 pounds. I will do at least 4 chains, like between 40 and 60. I like to do 6 chains, and then anything over 60, I will do 8 chains. Excavators are a little different because I'll run the 4 and then I'll just go to the tracks just because it's easier. So this is way overkill for this piece of equipment. Oh, and when you are securing anything with an attachment, the attachment also has to be secured with a chain. I think some states allow you to use a strap. I'm from Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, it is law that you have to use a chain, so I just use a chain whenever I'm securing an attachment on a piece of equipment. All right, so with all that done, let's go get checked out and hit the road.
I've been gone so long, lost what I found. Memories of a brighter day burned out. And every song that I sing has that lonesome sound. All that's left are these footprints on the ground. I'll hit the road and baby, I'll be gone. Big old wheels roll on like a thunderstorm.
Alright guys, that's going to about do it for tonight. We didn't get as far as we wanted to today. I was hoping to get to Columbus. If I didn't make it there, I was hoping to get to Zanesville, and neither one of those happened. So it just takes a while to get through the mountains, and days are getting shorter. So it's about 6 o'clock. Sunset is 6:30. So rather than trying to push through and being a little late getting stopped, I decided to stop here at Belmont at the Sleep Inn. This is a nice hotel. I've stayed here several times. I would recommend this one. So from here we have 133 miles to do in the morning to get over to Carroll. Unfortunately, with the permit that Ohio gave us, we have to go all the way over to Columbus and then down 270 to 33 and take that south down to Carroll. So it's a couple hours in the morning, probably more like 3, but we'll get there and get this delivered and then get down to get our next load. So I will see you guys in the morning and we will finish up this run.
With that lonesome sound. Well, I don't know if the sign said left or right. Let's put the pedal to the metal, let these old wheels fly. And the shadows on the highway have grown so long. Everything behind me just turned to stone. I'll hit the road and baby, I'll be gone. Big old wheels roll on like a thunderstorm. And when those clouds come rolling in, you can find lonesome sound. Oh, oh, that lonesome sound. Oh, that lonesome sound. Oh,
find somebody and see where they want this thing. That load is all done. We got it delivered. It's sitting over there next to that big Kobelco. I do still have to go take a picture of it, but it is delivered. Got my paperwork signed, trailer all cleaned up, so that one is in the books. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. Keep it growing. And from Carroll, Ohio, this is Cliff with Hamilton Transportation. I will see you guys out there on the road.